Hi, this is a Minute of Overpass. My name is Eric, and I make apps. Now this week I want to talk about why you should consider releasing your app to Android before iPhone. Okay, so I know a lot of different app developers. I mean, we have like a little community, and when I talk to other app developers, we like to discuss, how we do things, how we're getting more downloads, what different techniques we're using, everything like that. And I find that most app developers will release to iPhone first. So if they have an app that they're releasing to both iPhone and Android, then they usually focus on the iPhone one, and then the Android one's kind of an afterthought. Now with me and the apps that we produce, we kind of do it the opposite way. We go for Android first. And if you're considering releasing an app to both platforms, I would like to say that you should do the same. Now, and there's three big reasons for this. First of all, when you release to iTunes, you may get like on that new and noteworthy list, so you end up having a lot of downloads in that first week, and then it sort of trails off, and then you kind of have to build it back up again. With Google Play, it's exactly the opposite. You kind of start out low and build up. So you have like maybe just a handful of users to begin with, and then you kind of have to to build that up. And the nice thing about that is that you can get a lot of feedback. I mentioned a few weeks ago that you don't really know anything about your app until it's actually released to the market. So Google Play gives you a chance to sort of see what's going on. So when you create an app, you have assumptions about what people will like and what people will buy and the kind of things that they will like based on your preferences. However, until you release, they're still just that. They're just assumptions. They might be well-researched assumptions. They might be like based on a lot of hardcore data, but until people actually start downloading and using the app, you don't really know for sure. So when you start out with Google Play, you get to find out right away. Now the second reason Google with Android is better is because they have great analytics. When you look at the analytics of Google Play versus the analytics of iTunes, it's like night and day. Google Play will tell you, which country they're coming from, what languages they speak, all kinds of stuff. And whatever they don't tell you, you can use Google Analytics within your app. So to find out, what time of day they're using the app, what where they're coming from, what they're clicking on, who's purchasing, and what are the demographics of the people purchasing. So that's another thing. Google Play, that you find out much more information. And the third and final, probably the most important reason to release a Google Play first is that there isn't this one. iTunes has a 10-day to 2-week release period. So it goes through an approval process. They kind of have to they look at it, you get approved or rejected. It's a very slow feedback loop. So you could release an app, and then by the time you start getting feedback, it's already been 2 weeks until it's got released, and then you make the changes and you have to wait another 2 weeks for it to be released, unless it's an emergency bug fix, which they only grant those on rare occasions. Then you can put it through. So in what I talked about dealing with your assumptions, with Google Play, you're talking about a couple of days as opposed to weeks or possibly months to perfect your app. So that's it. So if you're releasing to both platforms, listen to what I have to say. Release to Android first. Okay, so that's it for this week. Now, if you subscribe through the iTunes podcast, I would appreciate it if you left a review. We're trying this new thing with iTunes. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. We'd love to be able to let you know what we know about the app industry week in and week out. That's it. I'll talk to you next week.